Hi, in this video, I'm going to show you how you can find your Instagram password in case you forgot it. I'm going to show you if you're using Instagram app or if you're using the website, okay? And I'm also going to show you how you can find your Instagram username in case you can't actually remember the username that you use on your Instagram. So in this video, I assume you may have Instagram. You already have Instagram that you created, but you kind of actually stuck on opening the password or knowing the password for your Instagram, or you even forgot the username and the password. Okay. For some reason, maybe let me assume you can't actually um, reset your Instagram. Though still you can actually click on forgot password and you kind of go for the reset. But let me assume you can actually reset your Instagram. You just want to find the password for your Instagram account. Okay, now we're going to do it using a computer and also the app. Okay, though some of the steps actually apply to the computer if you're using Instagram on the computer or you're using Instagram on the phone. Now, the first thing we are going to find out is your Instagram username. Now, that one is not hard. You just have to go to your Instagram. If you're on a computer, you just have to click on your profile. If you're logged in, when you click on your profile, your username will load here up. Mine is WebVeta Ltd. So what comes after the slash? Instagram.com slash WebVeta Ltd. This is my username. Okay. In case also this is maybe technical, what you can do maybe is you can go to your phone and just Google. For example, mine, I know, okay, if your names are Jessica whatever, you just put Jessica whatever, Instagram. Mine, I use WebVeta, so I can just say WebVeta Instagram. Okay, I just search. You can just search your Instagram username. Or you can just search your Instagram, the names that you use on Instagram. Then in Google, you realize actually they will load WebVeta at WebVeta Ltd. So my username is this, which is in the brackets. Okay, not actually the name because the name is WebVeta, but the username is what is in the bracket. For example, let me say you are Jessica, maybe Hudson, whatever. So you can just, because I assume you can't forget your names. Of course, you know what's your names. So the names that you use on Instagram. So you just search the names which are used on Instagram. Then you put the word Instagram. So when you put that, you realize there's a Jessica Hudson in the bracket. This is his username, J Sunny Hood. So it means Jessica Hudson's username is this. There's another Jessica Hudson, but his username is Jessica Hudson. There's another Jessica Hudson, but this one uses Jessica ELGH Hudson. So what comes in the brackets is your username for your Instagram, okay? Because your names are not your username actually. So if you're called Jessica Hudson, you can actually even be 100 or 1 million Jessica Hudson, but they can't all have the same username. So the username is specific, it's one of a kind. And that username usually comes with an @ when you search your names. Let me just search another thing, maybe Patrick. Okay, there's actually Patrick Schwarzenegger or whatever, you know. So you realize actually Patrick Schwarzenegger's username is Patrick this. Okay. You realize even in the username, it doesn't have space, but in names have spaces. So the username is the one which is in the brackets with that @ Though if you're logging into your Instagram, for example, mine was WebVeta, then the username is at WebVeta Ltd. It means when I'm logging into in my app, I just have to do WebVeta Ltd because that is my username. Okay. Though the names I'm using, I'm just using WebVeta because that's my company. So WebVeta is my company names, but the username is Ltd. I think that is the quickest way you can know your Instagram names. Just have to just search your names. Okay, if you are John, whatever, John Kennedy, just put Instagram, okay, something like that. Then all these usernames are actually tied to these accounts. If you find yourself like you have a lot of people who look like you can actually maybe open them in different tabs so that you know who is, which account is that. You can first open them so that you know, okay, this is my Instagram, so that because when it opens, it can show that, okay, if you realize, okay, you are known that Kennedy, you can just cross it. You know that Kennedy. So if you realize you are Kennedy third, the third Kennedy, that is your username. The one which is at that. But remember, when you're logging in, don't put the at, just put what comes after the at. So I think for the username, we have solved it. This works even if you're on a phone or on a computer. You just search your names that you used on Instagram. I believe you can't forget what you're called. Okay? So now, when it comes to the password, the password that you saved into your app. Now, first of all, when you want to expose the password that you saved in the app has the functionality not to expose that password, okay? But that doesn't mean like it's impossible. The fastest way to know the password which your app is using for Instagram is to first check if you have ever logged in into any browser on your phone or on your computer, okay? You first check if you have ever logged in into the phone on a computer. Now, when it comes to me, I usually actually log in both on my computer and on my phone. I have an app and also I have Instagram on my computer. If I'm on my computer, I usually just, do the stuff on my computer. They kind of synchronize. So let me assume, and remember, the password that you use on your app is always the same password that you use to log in on the computer. Okay. So if you're using, let me say, if you're using a computer, even if it's on a computer, but even if you're using a phone, but you're using a browser, let me say Chrome or Mozilla or Edge or Safari, these steps apply to you also. Okay. But rarely do people use browsers on a phone. Okay. They usually use an app. It really doesn't make sense to use a browser on a phone when you can use an app. So let me say you have ever used Facebook on a computer. You can do this to see the password that you saved, which your Instagram app is also using. So you just have to open that browser. Me, I'm still logged in. Doesn't matter even if you're logged out. Even if you are logged out, but you have ever used your computer, just go to this. Let me first give instruction if I'm using Chrome, okay? If you're using a Chrome, if you have ever logged in onto a Chrome, on your laptop or computer, you just go to these three dots on top right. Then you click on passwords and autofill, okay? Or you can go to settings. Okay, let's go to settings maybe, okay? You click on settings. When you click on settings, you are going to find autofill and passwords. When you go to autofill and passwords, you're going to click on Google Password Manager. When you click on Google Password Manager, you're going to realize that there are a lot of actual websites which are logged into your browser, which you may not even have known. Actually, it's today that I've known that I have more than actually 60 websites that I have saved their password. I even don't know when I actually saved the password. This has been like, I don't know. So because there are so many websites that you actually have password saved on your computer without you knowing sometimes, there's a big chance that when you logged into your Instagram on your computer or laptop, you save that password because the first thing that the browser asks is save your password, never or save. So most cases we say save because these are personal computers. So you just have to search Instagram. Now, in my case, I don't use Instagram on my Chrome. I use it on Mozilla. So you're going to see how to do that on Mozilla. But in case you use Instagram on your Chrome, you just have to search Instagram, or you just have to look for Instagram. Let me say Instagram is this. You just have to click on this. This is WordPress, okay? You just have to click on WordPress. Let me assume WordPress is the Instagram. You put the password for your PC, okay? Then they'll expose the username that's used for your WordPress, and the password will be here. So you just have to click on this eye to expose the password, which I'm not going to show you because I don't want to expose my password, but you can also copy here. When you click on copy, you have copied that password for your Instagram. Let me do it on Firefox Mozilla. In Firefox Mozilla, you just have to go to these three dashes. Click on, let me look for settings. When you go to settings, you go to privacy and security. Privacy and security, you look for saved passwords. So I'm going to click on saved passwords. Now, these passwords will be many also. On my Mozilla, actually, also many. So you look for Instagram. If you can't find Instagram, you can just actually search Instagram. You realize actually my Instagram will come here, okay? So, but mine in Mozilla, there are not so many. I can easily find Instagram. I click on it. Then they will show me the website, Instagram, the username that I use, and the password. Now, my password, when I click on view password, it will show my password for Instagram. So I can just copy this. Or if you want to see it, you can click on this eye. I can't do it because I'm recording the whole session. So let me just copy it. When this password is saved, they can even show you when they were created. These passwords are created back in 2024. And it has been used since 2024. So since 2024, ever since I logged in, I've never changed it. So this is actually coming to 1 year. Okay. So I just copy that password. I go to my app and then I paste it here. Remember, I've also known my username. Okay. Like that. So I can easily log in. I can click on this eye to show it, but I'm not good. So I just have to log in. So that is the easiest way you can retrieve the password for your Instagram, the password which you no longer remember. That is how you can do it. But this only is possible if you have ever used your Instagram on a computer, a laptop, or your phone browser. Your phone browser, also the steps are similar to these ones that you have seen here. They're also similar if you're using Mozilla on your phone. Though, as I've said, rarely do people use a browser on a phone to go to Instagram when they have an app. Okay, so that's how you can do it. Still, let me say there's a big chance that you didn't use any computer on your phone. Okay, sorry, you didn't use any computer to access your Instagram, and you can't really find still any saved password in your browser for your Instagram. Here you can try to go through the process of forgetting your password. Okay, forgetting your password, you have to put your username and you follow the steps. Something which we're going to do in the next video. I think I'll put that video link within the video, within this video description. You can check it out. In case you can't actually know how to see your password, the only thing you can do is you can reset your password. That will be the last option for you if you're using an app or a computer. Okay, that's the next video that we're going to do. Don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss videos like this. Like my video, appreciate, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye bye.